Of late, we have been talking too much about affordable budget phones. But what about the big boys, the really big boys, I mean? And now it's time for a really high-end phone. There's the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, and this phone really has an edge over the others. I'll tell you why. The Samsung Galaxy Edge is one of the best phones I've tried in a long time, and I'm not saying this because it's a Samsung. This is really a good phone, and if you're paying a packet, you're getting the due. And that's not just because it's got edges on both sides. I'll tell you more about that later. But just looking at this screen sort of makes you feel happy because it's that kind of quality with the screen, and that's very rare to find. What is really different about this phone is the curved edge on both sides. Initially I thought the edge won't do much, it's just another gimmick, but the edge really adds some value. You can configure it to show 5 apps that you use a lot, also 5 numbers that you call a lot, and that's really handy. And having used it for a week, I think this is a feature that you will really use a lot. And then the edge screen also adds value when you're watching a movie, for instance, on YouTube, and it sort of gives it a 3-dimensional effect, which you will really love. The phone also has very fast, really snappy performance, which means you do multitasking, and Samsung lets you open multiple apps at the same time on the same screen, and you can do things like that without the phone showing any resistance, and that's really smooth, and you will really love using the phone. This phone is for people who really want to push the limits. Then there is the camera. Just click any picture with this phone and you will realize that this is one of the best cameras in this space. And I say this after having used the OnePlus 2 and a lot of other phones which I think have very good Android cameras. But this is among the best. Let's see some pictures that prove my point. Overall, the entire package of the device with a lot of free apps, the UI tweaks that are there, the entire feel gives it a slight edge when it comes to Android. You have pure Android on one end, you have the highly customized Androids on the other end, and I think this phone has a good mixture of how you should do it. There are a lot of apps here, but the apps are not preloaded, they are just there as a dummy. You click on it and then you download the app, which means you're not really using up your space. But overall, the phone gives you an experience, at least on the software front, that is a bit superior. Curved screen might be the best thing about the phone, but then it's also high maintenance, which means you would really need to be careful about where you use the phone, how you use the phone, so as not to crack it. I'm pretty sure if you crack the screen, you're going to pay almost half the price to fix it. The obvious comparison for this phone is with the iPhone 6, and I would say hold on and let's see the iPhone 6s or the 6s Plus. Till then, this is a good phone, and the other competitor may be the M9 Plus. It's all high-end competition, and you just take a pick depending on which phone you like from the look and feel, and I think the budget is not going to be a problem in that price range. Buy this phone if you can afford it, and you will not regret it. It will give you high-end performance, a great camera, and a screen that stands out from the competition. This is a phone for people who really like to push the limits as far as their budget goes and as far as the phone's performance goes.